guys, it is coffee time. Whoop. It's iced coffee. Yes. Delicious. So happy. So yeah, how's it going? I watched a terrible movie with Ro. like right before filming both of these videos. If you have any urge to ever watch Alpha and Omega, you should probably stop watching this video because, well, I was going to say because I will make it so that you never want to watch this movie, but actually sometimes when I hear that a movie is like really bad, it makes me really want to watch it. This movie was really bad. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds to leave if you want to leave. Name the show. Arrested Development. Ah, yeah. I like to think that some of you were going, yeah, with me just then. Anywho, so Alpha and Omega is about a really annoying boy Omega wolf and a really kind of angry female alpha wolf, and he has a crush on her and she likes him as a friend, and then they wind up getting trapped and taken to Idaho. I guess originally they were in Canada, so they get taken to Idaho and then released in an area to repopulate that area. This movie was really bad. Like, okay, I need you guys to know, we love kids movies. We love kids movies. And we were flipping through Netflix, we were eating our salads, we were flipping through Netflix, and we were like, what should we watch? And we saw, in the recommended area, Alpha and Omega. And the front picture is pretty stellar, let me tell you, internets. So we were like, oh, because we always joke about how we're in a pack. So we were like, we should totally watch this movie about anthropomorphized wolves. It's gonna be hilarious, right? Shortening words makes them really cool and hip. Things to know about life. So, so we, where was I going with that? Oh, so we start this movie. The voice acting is not super stellar, just to start it off with. But, you know, you can get away with some campiness in some kids' movies. But, like, then the storyline, they never, oh man, they never explained anything. Anything. Cause like there was like this pack of wolves over here, and they were the pack of wolves that our main characters came from. And half of the wolves were Omegas and half of the wolves were Alphas. Alphas and Omegas could not howl together, but Omegas and Omegas could, and Alphas could. But they're all in one big clan. And then there's the other pack that's across the river. And apparently they used to be bros, but now they're not anymore. But depending on where you are in the movie, sometimes they're like besties and sometimes they really hate each other. So it gets confusing after a while. And they never explain why. Because at first we were like, okay, in this movie, are they setting it up like a class system? Like, does it depend on where you are in the food chain? Like, how is it determined whether you're an alpha or an omega? And they never explained it, and it definitely didn't have to do with families, because the main chick was an alpha, but her sissy was an omega, and it was so confusing. So yeah, so they get swept away right when she's supposed to be howling with the other clan's boy, so that they can merge the two clans together. She gets kidnapped along with, what's his face, Annoying Wolf. They get kidnapped and taken to Idaho, and and then they go on an exciting trip to get back to Canada so that she can marry Boy Wolf, other Boy Wolf, Jock Boy Wolf. It was weird because, like, we walked away from that movie. Well, we paused it a lot to look at each other and go, because like it was so confusing. Things rarely made sense. There was a scene, okay, the big issue with why they wanted the different packs to like combine into one giant pack was because they were running out of food to eat, and so the two packs were warring over food. And they were like, well, if we're one big pack, then the food would belong to all of us and none of us would starve. We would have more manpower, right? So there's this weird part of the movie, like right at the beginning, where Omega Dog, I can't remember his name, Humphrey, the Omega Dog, shows up to the pack and is like, guess we're eating berries again, and he holds up some berries and all of the wolves are like angry about it, and then he's like, or we could have squirrels, and he pulls out squirrels, and I was like, oh, he got squirrels! Nice job, dude, he got squirrels for the pack! And then they were like, yeah, let's eat squirrels, and he was like, just kidding, and tosses them and goes, flying squirrels! Scene change. What? They never had to eat the squirrels. What? I was so confused. Why didn't they eat the squirrels? I was upset. I was really happy for that guy for just a split second, and then I was like, no, you're worthless. And yeah, it just like nothing. It never felt, and there were scenes that felt like they were directly out of Lion King, which was really funny. And yeah, the voice acting wasn't great. Oh, the animation was fine. Some of it wasn't super stellar, but again, it was like, you know, it's a kid's CGI movie. It's not a, but at the same time, if I was a kid, I would have been so confused by this movie. I would have been so confused. I would have looked at my mom and gone, what's going on? And she would have been like, I don't know, because no one will understand. I'm not gonna say that. It's not like so confusing to the point that you go, I don't get what happened in this movie. You do understand what happened in that movie, but there are points within the movie, within the plot line, where you go, why did that happen? That makes no sense. Picking apart a kid's movie. I know, it's like such a waste of time, but we were so irate about it that we stood in the kitchen for so long and talked about this movie. She was just mean. Like, okay, he was annoying. But like when she first met the other clan's boy wolf, she was like, oh, he's hot. And he was like a jock, and he was like super show-offy but super sweet, right? And they like went to the top of the mountain, and they were gonna howl together, and he went to howl and he had a bad howl. He didn't have a pretty howl. And she was like, I need to go get some water, and just peaced out, like left. He wound up, okay, other clan's boy wolf, who was set up to be like the dumb jock, he was my favorite character in the entire thing. Like, he was super sweet, and like, it's like I feel like I wasn't supposed to walk away from this movie hating the main characters and really liking the dumb jock character. What can you do? He was so sweet. And then there were these weird bird characters that kept showing up around the wolves, and I was like, eat them! Why aren't you eating them right now? There was like a goose and a duck, and the goose was French-Canadian, and the duck was British, and they just like hung around the wolves all dang day, and didn't ever get eaten. I was like, you guys will be dead. Oh, and at one point, I know, like literally when I said I was gonna rant about this, I meant it. Another thing was when they first met the birds, annoying Omega Wolf, like, went to grab the goose, and the goose started flying and picked up the wolf and flew the wolf off, and we were like, physics? It made no sense. Oh, what a terrible movie. You should watch it. Feel like I shouldn't be the only one who's experienced this movie. Oh, it was really bad. We didn't expect it to be as bad as it was. We thought, well, maybe it'll be, you know, just like a mediocre kid's CGI movie. No. And Hayden Panettiere was Kate, the mean alpha wolf. Yeah. Save the cheerleader. They should have thrown a cheerleader in this movie, honestly. Oh, the other best characters ever where they stowed away in a camper to try to get back to Canada, and the husband and wife that had the camper were so cute. They were supposed to be like a mirror image of what was going on with the Alpha and Omega wolf, and how it was okay for them to be together. Because it was like this like super buff motorcycle dude and this cute little librarian girl. They were like, oh yeah, they were complete opposites, but they make each other happy. I was like, oh, I see what you're trying to do here, movie. I see. I get it. Oh man. So I think we might just keep the bad movie train going, and we might watch another bad movie tonight. It depends. Depends, but it might be on the roster of things to do. It might be necessary, really. Yeah, I'm hungry again though. Apparently, found out that one of the like golden rules is that you're not supposed to eat carbs after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, all I eat is carbs. So eating a lot more salads, but they don't fill you up very well. Find myself going, I'm gonna go back for my 5th salad. I'm like, I'm gonna eat all this. This is pointless. Anywho, yeah. So I'm gonna go. Watch Alpha and Omega if you're bored ever, and let me know how you feel about it. Or let me know another terrible kid CGI movie. Give me some other ones for us to watch. But yeah, otherwise, I hope that you guys had a good day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Is Saturday. I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye. Mwah.